This is Art Television.
Coming up, State of Business, sponsored by
New SLT Mobitel Home 4G LTE users get date offers and win valuable tab computers through a raffle draw.
IWS Aviation.
Hello there, welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I am Pamudha Katagampala. Stay tuned in as we bring you the most up-to-date highlights of the day. And now let's start news after having a brief look at the top stories for tonight. UN Human Rights Council is in direct contradiction to the Council's founding principles, Sri Lanka says. And once completed, the port city will create around 100,000 jobs, government assures. And now news in detail. Foreign Minister Professor G.L. Pieris said that the resolution which was adopted at the United Nations Human Rights Council is in direct contradiction to the Council's founding principles, including impartiality, objectivity and non-selectivity, which go beyond the mandate of the Council. Foreign Minister Professor Pieris said this addressing the 49th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council.
Mr. President, the Resolution 46/1 on Sri Lanka was adopted by a divided vote in this Council. Sri Lanka and other member states opposed this resolution in fundamental disagreement with its deeply flawed procedure and unacceptable content, in particular its operative paragraph 6 regarding a so-called evidence-gathering mechanism. The resolution was directly contrary to the Council's founding principles of impartiality, objectivity and non-selectivity. It went well beyond the mandate that member states conferred on it by UNGA Resolution 60/251. I have stated Sri Lanka's views on this matter to this Council on the 1st of March. We also submitted in a timely manner our comments on the High Commissioner's report. We note with regret that the Secretariat failed to publish this simultaneously with the High Commissioner's written update. Despite our rejection of the resolution, we will continue our voluntary international undertakings on human rights and engage with the United Nations, including with this Council. As stated by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa of Sri Lanka to our Parliament on the 18th of January 2022, we are a nation that respects international laws and conventions. We have regularly shared our progress and challenges in a candid and open exchange with this Council and other relevant organs of the United Nations system.
The central bank announces that it will introduce certain tough measures to bring down the inflation rate to single digits. Central Bank Governor Ajit Niwad Cabral, speaking at the Post-Monetary Board meeting on Friday, said that 15.1% inflation in February is a matter of surprise. Indicated by the Colombo Consumer Price Index and National Consumer Price Index, inflation stood at 14.2% and 16.8% respectively for the month of January alone. Inflation in the month of February further edged up to 15.1% year-on-year. The Governor Cabral said that certain tough measures will be taken to ensure that the inflation is brought back. This way, he believes there is great opportunity of bringing stability back, and it will address to a great extent of the inflationary pressures at present. However, the Governor said it is mainly driven by external factors, expressing that they will see it happening even in the future because of the sharp increase in the global oil prices. He further said that the central bank bears responsibility to ensure that there is price stability, and to some extent it has been already damaged. He also explained that with high oil prices there could be freight and flight charges going up, and there would be more charges going up in sympathy as well. He also said that the central bank believes the signal itself will anchor certain inflation expectations. Sri Lanka tea prices, which hit a record national average of 725 rupees in February, is seeing pressure after Russia invaded Ukraine, despite lower volumes offered. The official data showed that the average tea sale price for the month of February rose to $3.60 compared to $3.33 last year in the record. One of the Colombo-based tea brokerage companies, Forbes & Walker, said that undoubtedly trading conditions are likely to be strained and additional Forex surcharges would further escalate the high logistic rates which have already adversely impacted tea prices. Amid sanctions, the Russian ruble had collapsed from around 77 before the invasion to around 110 after creating affordability issues. Russia's central bank jacked up interest rates by 20% to reduce credit and imposed exchange controls in a bid to stabilize the currency. Sri Lanka sold 4.98 million kilograms of tea in the auction of March 1 and 2, down from 6 million kilograms a week earlier. The average tea sale price for the month of February rose to $3.6 compared to $3.33 last year in the record. Meanwhile, Ceylon tea brokers in a market report said that high-grown tea saw lower demand, while demand for low-growns was at lower rates. They also claimed that the quality also plays a major role for the price decline. Forbes & Walker added that consequently prices for the better Westerns declined by 20 to 30 rupees per kilogram and more, with the exception of the few available seasonal teas which continue to sell in keeping with quality. Low-growns command the highest prices among Sri Lanka's tea and has become the mainstay of the industry. The tea sector has also been hit by a fertilizer ban in 2021. Stay tuned for more news after the short break.
Now you can buy your ultra-fast fiber connection online through sltmobitel.lk and get special discounts.
Sponsored by
New SLT Mobitel Home 4G LTE users get date offers and win valuable tab computers through a raffle draw.
Welcome back after the break. The Secretary of the Ministry of Water Supply, Dr. Priyad Bandavikrama, assures that once completed, the Colombo Port City project will create direct employment opportunities between 85,000 to 100,000. Water Supply Ministry Secretary Dr. Vikrama made these observations speaking to the journalist virtually from the President's Media Centre recently.
Foreign currency ඕන එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් restriction එකක් නැහැ. ඒක කිසිම බාධාවක් නැහැ. හැබැයි ලංකාවේ ඉන්න අයට තමන්ගේ රුපියල් මේක ඇතුලේ ඕනෑම ගනුදෙනුවකට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකටත් කිසිම බලපෑමක් නැහැ. හැබැයි විදේශීය ඕනෑම මුදලකටත් මේක ඇතුලේ ගනුදෙනු කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේක එක දෙයක් තියෙනවා. ලංකාවේ ඩොලර් මේකට අරගෙන යන්න බෑ. හැබැයි මේකේ ඩොලර් ලංකාවට අරගෙන එන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ ඕනම කෙනෙකුට වෙළඳ ව්‍යාපාරයක් කරොත් එයා මේ වරාය නගරේ ඉන්න මොන හරි ව්‍යාපාරයකට භාණ්ඩ හෝ සේවාවක් සැපයුවොත් එයාට ඩොලර් වලින් තමයි ගෙවීම් කරන්නේ. අපි ගිහිල්ලා මොන හරි දෙයක් ගත්තොත් ඒක ඇතුලේ අපිට රුපියල් වලින් ගෙවලා ගන්න පුළුවන්කම තියෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව මේක ඇතුලේ ඍජු රැකියා අවස්ථා ලක්ෂයක් විතර නිර්මාණය වෙයි කියලා හිතනවා. 85000 ලක්ෂයක් අතර ප්‍රමාණයක්. මේකෙන් 125ක් විතර විදේශ ශ්‍රමිකයෝ එයි කියලා අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. මොකද මේ සමාගම් වල ඉහළ කළමනාකාරීත්වය සහ විශේෂ හැකියාවන් අවශ්‍ය වෙන ශේෂ්ත්‍ර තියෙන ඒ වගේ අවස්ථාවලදී අපිට ඒ අයට ඉඩ දෙන්න වෙනවා විදේශ ශ්‍රමිකයන් අරගෙන එන්න. අනිත් සියලු රැකියා අවස්ථා ලංකාවේ අයට. හැබැයි මේ සංකලනය ඊටාම වැදගත්.
Meanwhile, the Acting Director General of Colombo Port City Economic Commission, Salia Vikramasuriya, said the act which was introduced on the Port City business venture will ensure the safety of the investment by both the local and international investors. Acting Director General Vikramasuriya stresses that the act will be a shield against any economic challenges to come.
The Port City Economic Commission is focusing on creating a business environment that will help people unlock maximum financial value for them. So which of course means that to attract investment, we are creating a light administration framework, supportive regulations, dispute resolution, unrestricted bank account that is aimed at reproducing best-in-class regulations elsewhere in the world. So from that point of view, we plan to protect the investment that people make. We understand that there are economic challenges globally. We understand that investment destinations vary in attractiveness from place to place and time to time. So we are moving with the times and creating a system, a place to live and work, which actually is of value to people that want to come and stay there.
Colombo Port City Economic Commission Acting Director General Sali Vikramasuriya also said that Sri Lanka is not to incur any cost associated with the Port City project. He assured that the project will make profits for every cent invested in the project.
The investment in the reclamation of the land was made by an investor, a Chinese company, at no cost to Sri Lanka. The ownership of the land is vested in Sri Lanka. In order for the investor to recover their investment, return on investment, to achieve their ROI, they have been granted a certain percentage of land on a 99-year lease to monetize. So that monetization can be done in a variety of forms, either short-term or long-term. Short-term, they can sell the land or they can sell the right to the 99-year lease to a third party. Alternatively, they can invest or co-invest in building up physical infrastructure on blocks that are allocated to them and recover the investment over a long period of time. But as Vikrama said, this is entirely a structure to recover return on investment. There is no residual right, residual ownership, or any other aspect that confers upon the investor any special benefit. So we plan to make this an international city. We plan to attract investors of the highest quality, as he pointed out, from the best companies from all parts of the world, and provide them with an opportunity to grow their business and unlock their financial value.
We will be back with more news after the short break.
Roundup.
Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The all-share price index dropped 283.00 points to close at 10,960.49, and the S&P SL 200 dropped 116.84 points to close at 3,702.60. The turnover was 3.5 billion rupees and over 102 million shares were traded. Coming up next are forex rates. Well, that's all news we have here today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
State of Business was sponsored by
New SLT Mobitel Home 4G LTE users get date offers and win valuable tab computers through a raffle draw.
IWS Aviation.